Whew. Oh man, let's do some
Hello, everybody.
stretches. Whew, man, hold
Yeah,
on, y'all.
man.
We gotta warm up. It's been a
We just
minute.
got done. Sorry for running late. We're just doing our pre-stream yoga.
Yeah, we had to center
um,
ourselves. Got to stretch, man. It's been a minute since
yeah,
I've been on
man.
here.
Been a minute. How have you guys been? Good to see you. Good to see y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Got a lot to talk about today. First of all, Matt, been a couple minutes since we last saw each other. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. A lot has happened. A lot has happened since we've been on stream. Shout out to all of y'all who have been keeping tabs on us on social media, who have been joining the spaces and stuff like that. That's been really cool. But nah, man, things have been cool. Getting the hang of life a little bit. Just kind of, I was just in the grind,
In the trenches?
in the trenches, cooking up. I was cooking up in the studio. But nah, man, I've got some great things to share with y'all later in the stream. But for now, bro, I've been good. I've been really hyped. Hey, ever since the Oscars, I've been really hyped. And
Yeah.
I didn't think I would say that, but yeah, I've been good. What about you?
Man, honestly, I've been kind of going through it, not gonna lie, but that's part of the process. That's life. So no, I just just been similar to what you're saying, working, enjoying some music, finding some stuff out, trying to, actually like enjoy like live life a little bit.
Feel that
But we put out a little number recently. If I could plug a little plug, come on, man, you know us, we're gonna plug. We
immediately.
put out a couple videos. I know, straight off the bat. We're gonna go ahead and plug this little number. We put out a video, kind of like a deep dive rollout on divisions, working on my karma. If I get caught, I think
Yes.
it's a video I've been wanting to make forever. It's been kind of tossing around, and I love because guys, at this point, you know that I love that album. Um, and I'm glad to hear that some of the reactions have been great. And yeah, no, check it out. I hope you guys enjoy that.
Please
But with
check it
that
out.
said,
Please check it out. Cesco, he went off on that video. That does not have enough love as it should. So,
thank you,
as
man.
part of
Thank you.
the
Yeah.
OTP fan, please check out what he had to say on that video because I loved every second of it.
Yeah, please, and I hope I don't ruin mashed potatoes for y'all. That's all I'll say about that. But man, speaking of where this is what's happened the last couple weeks, should we get into? I mean, where would you like to start? Because there's two big things that are kind of hanging over our shoulders.
Yeah.
We start with the good news or the bad news?
We should probably start with the bad news. I think that's the best way to deliver it. We can kind of end that part on a high note, but I feel like
Yeah. Okay.
since we did miss that week, and that was kind of the biggest news story for the weekend fans in a long time, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
I feel like we definitely have to address the elephant, the Sam Levinson size elephant in the room.
We're talking like we're his PR team
Yeah.
right now. Look, it's we've been silent, but we're ready to talk now. We're ready to give our piece on the story. No, but yeah, man. So should we hold on real quick? Should we start with the Die For You remix, or do we go right into? Let's do Die For You to end off to cushion the blow.
Sure,
Yeah, yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
But
Yeah.
man, oh man, did you want to pull something up, or do you want to just go right into it?
What I just pulled up now, if you guys don't know, which I don't know how you don't know, but we're discussing the weekend's controversy, the weekend getting canceled by Twitter, and
You pull up
also
the last stream. Matt literally like predicted that he's like, "Yo, check it out. The weekend's definitely the weekend is canceled."
yo,
And
I did not, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Okay, I was telling
kind of
Chess,
ruin everything for the rest of us. Come
bro.
on,
Okay,
man.
okay. I was just
Come on.
saying, I was telling the Chesco man, like, I got to be careful with my words because I just manifested this man's cancellation. But I don't. Hey, he did it to himself. But anyway, we're talking about this article that dropped. This was a couple weeks ago, on Rolling Stone about the Idol, and it went in depth on a lot of what's been happening behind the scenes, the writing process, the freaking mayhem like Sam Levinson has been causing on set, off set, and also the weekend, how he's involved and he's intertwined with this insane these insane allegations, honestly, about what's been going on with the production of the Idol, which we all knew was a little sketchy to begin with, just because so when Sam Levinson joined, we learned like, oh, he kicked off the director and he's doing rewrites, but we didn't know what those rewrites were until this article.
We didn't know that it was damn near the whole show getting rewritten.
Yeah, and damn
Oh,
near like some of the most vile shit being written over the original script. Okay,
hmm.
how should we approach? Should we go into the article? I think maybe that might be. It's a long article,
Let's
and
start there.
there's a lot to
Yeah,
discuss. We can kind of give the abridged version, I guess.
yeah,
But hold
yeah,
on.
but yeah, basically, Rolling Stone put out a very, very informative article, as you can
Yeah,
see here. And
let me
are
zoom
we gonna
in.
read it out, or you wanna?
I'm gonna see.
How,
Hold
how,
on. Let me just format it real quick. Okay.
for
Okay,
sure.
y'all. So, man. Also, let me know in the I can't see the comments right now, so Cesco, let me know what's being said. I want to know
Sure.
what your guys' reaction was to everything you heard. I saw a lot of
Hmm.
mixed reactions from the fans about people saying like, "There's nothing to worry about. This is a reach. Y'all are trying to, this is defamation, like all this stuff." And then
Yeah.
I saw people outside of the weekend circle saying like fuck the weekend, fuck the
Mm.
idol. Sam Levinson needs to be locked up. So it's
You know
super
what?
controversial.
Let's start with this. Let's start with this.
Okay.
We are fans of The Weeknd's music, him as an artist. We love his stuff. And some of this stuff is very disappointing that we're about to read out, and all that stuff. We're not about to do some fake outrage bullshit just to get clicks. But
Yeah.
also we're going to be very honest. We're going to talk about our actual thoughts on this. And it's going to be some of it you might not want to hear, but just know like you can think however you want to think. If you want to continue to being a stan, that's cool. I'm still a big stan, but that doesn't mean that I have to approve or like defend any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Matt will do the same. So I hope you guys know, like, we're not gonna try to bullshit anything on either way. So, yeah. So without further ado,
Yeah.
the Idol, basically, starting off like this article talks about just like the production stories, the whole thing, and discusses how there was an original idea for the show. The original idea for the show was like a female artist that is struggling in the industry and
Mm-hmm.
then finds Abel's character, and it's kind of a coming of age story, also kind of like a satire on the entertainment industry. And the
Right.
article talks about how the production of this so-called satire ended up becoming what it is,
Yeah.
making fun of. It's like it
Yeah.
became this dehumanizing, terrible production. They're literally like showing up on set, not knowing what the scenes are going to be,
Yeah.
and just what the lines are. And a lot of that has to do with a lot of the shakeups, including something we've talked about many times. They had hired, I forget her exact name, but it was a female director, and they cut her off the show because of creative differences. There were reports of saying like Abel didn't like the female perspective on it, but that part I'm a little skeptical on because it's like
Okay.
the main character is about a female. It is going to be about from the female perspective, but okay. Anyway, I digest. Um, you get then you go into who's going to replace her. It's Sam Levinson of
Yeah.
Euphoria fame, and and right away you and that's when we kind of got on off the boat. We're like, mm,
Yeah.
Euphoria season two,
Tough.
was just very tough watch, very masturbatory in terms of
Yeah.
like him trying to figure out well, literally, but also like him trying to figure out like what he can get away with when it comes to like the boundary of, you know, whatever that HBO can let him get away with. And now it's like, oh shoot, this show is going to be outside of the high school setting, so you can do
Yeah. Anything.
anything you
Anything.
want. And some of the anythings were terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where do you want to go with this?
I'll
Do we
I'll
want to
s-
go?
I'll skim through and give y'all the highlights. This is a
Yeah.
warning. A warning is if this is explicit. There's some there's going to be some crazy language in terms of
Yeah.
describing some of the things that Sam Levinson wanted to do. So this is your warning
Yeah.
here, I guess, trigger warning. But I mean, off the bat, it just says 13 sources tell Rolling Stone that the Idol, Sam Levinson's new show with The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp, has gone wildly, disgustingly off the rails. They kind of just get into who these people are. We know that. We know about the production, saying that it's been delayed. Some of the notable quotes here says that one of the people on production said that it was plagued by, like we said, delays, reshoots, rewrites. He says it was, let's just say, a shit show, to say the least.
Mm.
So, yeah, so they basically interviewed 13 different cast and crew members from the show, and they all kind of gave their thoughts on it. One of them said, "What I signed up for was a dark satire of fame and the fame modeled in the 21st century," one production member explains. "The things that we subject our talent and stars to, the forces that put people in spotlight and how they can be manipulated in a post-Trump world," definitely talking about the Me Too movement there. However, they add that it went from a satire to the thing it was satirizing. So, not good. This guy said that it was a grape fantasy that any toxic man would have in a show, and then the woman comes back for more because it makes her music better. Already, just that concept is crazy. Crazy. That's, again, Sam Levinson's version. They also, I think this is new. They added that Levinson and Tesfaye did not respond to requests to comment. However, after this story was published, The Weeknd posted a clip from the Idol writing, "Rolling Stone, did we upset you?" I'm sure all of y'all saw that clip. To me, personally, that really rubbed me the wrong way. I feel like he was just like, "Oh, they're trying to cancel us. We're over here pushing the boundaries. Oh, sorry, Rolling Stone, you don't like our little show." And mind you, as I will describe in a second, the things they're accusing them of is so vile that I don't think posting a really shitty scene from the show in talking about how little Rolling Stones how they have no followers is really the best response to this.
Yeah, and then that brought up a discussion on Twitter. It was like, is this all a PR stunt? Because of how there was a clip from the show discussing Rolling Stone and how they're relevant or whatever. And it's like, oh, what are the chances Rolling Stone comes out with a hit piece? But I would almost respect that even less than if this was just if this was just authentic. If this was all a PR piece, they're actually, I'd be like, okay, that's just weird, because now you're just messing with the integrity of journalism, and that just mucks up everything about at this point it's what is real, what is entertainment, what is me, all that stuff. I don't know. So that, I feel like there are more tasteful ways and more, but to be fair, they did get a lot of people's attention, so it's kind of all press is good press, but also it's you can find better ways, so I don't know. It's just,
I don't really know.
Not to dismiss any of this stuff that's happening, but I'm just saying, it was a discussion that was being had.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't really know if it's that thought out to be a big PR stunt,
Yeah.
Just because I feel like The Weeknd, he's not a very controversial person. Usually this is kind of the first big one. I mean, if you want to say controversial in terms of his lyrics are just kind of dirty or something. I mean, that's just whose lyrics aren't,
it's just provocative.
Yeah. But this was the first kind of piece written to kind of defame The Weeknd. And if it I because of that, I don't think he would have willingly and volunteered to be yeah, definitely write this snuff piece on me so that we can promote my show. I feel like that'd be really shitty.
Crazy.
The crazy astronomical levels of selling out, I think, at that point.
I know,
but
we'll get to idea of selling out in a second.
Yeah.
But no, as you were saying.
But no, I think Rolling Stone really did just, they did the research, they interviewed, and they released this to kind of be that kind of breaking news, the first one to break what's happening on the set. And I think the Weeknd maybe got defensive or something, and because I know that him
Hmm.
and Sam Levinson are like friends, like they're buddies, like that. Like I remember when the Weeknd did the Super Bowl. Literally in that like same post he did after he did the Super Bowl performance, I think he posted him and like Sam Levinson, moments before or moments after, like hanging out, celebrating. So like,
Yeah.
they hang out outside of working, in the studio or on set. Like they're so maybe it was something like that. He's trying to defend his boy or something. Um,
My
but
twin flame.
yeah, his twin flame, Sam Levinson.
Freaky little man, nasty
Yo,
little man.
yeah.
Let's get back to this article, cause
Okay.
and then we can keep talking about it, cause yeah, this is just the start of it, to be honest.
So this was interesting here. We'll talk about the original director. Her name was Semets. Is her last name? Do they have her first name
I think
listed?
Amy.
Was it
Oh,
Amy?
Amy.
Amy Semets
Yeah.
was the original director and creator of the show. So basically, this little excerpt here says like what happened to that. They say 3 crew members allege that Semej was set up to fail from the start. When she arrived on set 7 weeks before the show started filming, she was given a half-finished script. A first-time showrunner in, oh wait, I don't know what that means, in Epstein. Are we talking about the Epstein? I don't know. That's probably not.
Yeah.
They
I
gave
hope
her.
not.
They
Ooh.
oh god, this is like the worst people attached to this show.
I
Um,
know. I know.
they gave her a really tight schedule, impossible expectations from HBO. Sources say that Amy was doing her best in any possible, and was doing her best in an impossible situation, but she was going to lose to this no matter what. Honestly, one of the production members says that honestly, I think HBO handed her a shit stack. Um,
Mm.
and Semets declined to comment on that. So already, I feel like, yeah, they were kind of setting her up to fail. Like this was already kind of just this thrown together, haphazard, gross, grimy show, and she was trying to make sense of it all. Um, they were given $54 million to make this show. That's about $9 million per episode. It's six episodes. To put that in context, they say here that's half of the budget of Euphoria's upcoming third season, where they're giving them $110 million to make the third season of Euphoria.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And its first season's budget was about 47 million. So,
Yeah,
like even though it is half of that budget, it's like a fairly reasonable amount for like a first season, a pilot season kind of
yeah,
thing.
that's
So,
about average.
yeah.
But third season,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
literally doubling down.
Yeah.
So this was no small show. They gave him the budget. Some cool things is that a couple cool aspects is Amy Semets also directed some episodes of Atlanta with Donald Glover. I remember this episode. I think it's from season 2. But yeah, so she's been around. She does these. She's collaborated with an artist who was in music, who made his own show. So it's like it's nothing new
Mhm.
for her, but still they kind of effed her in some way. Um, what was really interesting was that Lily Rose Depp had nothing but really good things to say about Sam Levinson. They quote her here saying that, oh, this is funny. Okay, so, what happened? So they were already filming The Idol. Basically, there were several days in already on like different episodes, and then like Sam Levinson was kind of like creeping and crawling his way in to like see what was up. And so on the same
Mhm.
day, they were both filming at the same studio as Euphoria, and so Sam Levinson kind of walked in during when The Idol was filming. And of course, the one he walks in to is like the first intimate scene between Lily Rose Depp and The Weeknd. Of
Yeah.
course, he like didn't want to miss that. He was probably like, "Oh yeah, I need to see this." But Lily Rose Depp goes on to say, like, "Oh, I've always, quote, what I always found so refreshing about Sam is that I could approach him. He was always approachable to tell you what he was thinking, so that we could hopefully plan ahead and start working on things. I think that was part of the huge success of our show, is that he always was approachable and he had a vision in his head." Okay.
Yeah, a sick and twisted vision.
Yeah,
My God.
literally. Like he's like
Nasty
yeah,
little
he's
man.
definitely wants her to approach him, if you know what I mean. And he definitely
Yeah.
has some ideas in his head. Um, Um, but then someone else goes here to say that actually, I felt pretty convinced that Sam Levinson is not very collaborative, like at all. It was frustrating seeing Amy, the other director, doing her best to turn some sort of product around, only to have Sam Levinson just get a blank check and turn it into Euphoria with pop stars. Basically, is what happened. So
Mm,
this is like, it's funny because this is like pure nepotism baby syndrome, I think.
mm,
And it's starring a nepo
yeah,
baby, Lily Rose Depp, and Sam Levinson is like the star poster child of nepo babies. That
yeah.
HBO has full trust in. With Euphoria is their biggest show ever, and so they'll just, like they said, write a blank check, go do what you want to do, literally. So
I would want to show on the production of the show that more than the show itself, to be honest. But yeah, no, there's
yeah.
some other things in here that are pretty interesting because they talk about how the initial story for the idol was apparently, as it says here, it was gripping. I couldn't put it down. It was
Mm-hmm.
really great. Like, going back to what I said earlier is like that story of a woman, a female artist, like finding herself in the midst of the entertainment industry and figuring
Right.
all that out in the midst of all that dirty, music business. Like that stuff's interesting,
Yeah.
but it seems like, yeah. Then as you kind of go on here, they mention that, as I alluded to before, Semet was polishing up scripts and writing while directing. She also had her assistant, who had no previous credited writing experience, writing scenes, with HBO making the assistant a staff writer last January.
Oh my
Like,
god.
guys, this is someone who is
Dude, this sounds
maybe
like this
does
sounds
some.
like a set from my film school, bro. Like rewriting on the same day.
This is someone who maybe has like just like written like a Wattpad story or like
Yeah.
has does like some freelance writing, like has written a poem here and there,
Oh
and it
my
is like, you know
gosh.
what? You know what? I'm writing an HBO series.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. Yeah, it's a freaking mess. They
yeah,
said
man,
that
it's
they said it was kind of a joke how many revisions there were. They said that whether it was changing someone's name or it was something more intensive, like completely changing the scene or taking away a story. They said that the crew stopped getting. Eventually, the crew say they stopped getting one-liners, an industry term for daily schedules. So they stopped
mm,
getting schedules night before about what they were
mm,
filming because they would just make that shit up on the day, which is crazy. Um,
yeah.
okay, well,
Can you real quick? Can you
yeah.
can you talk about like you've worked on a lot of film sets and you're a director yourself. Like, can you talk about like what it's like? I don't know if you've had this experience. Like, what it's like being on a set where like the script is pretty good and finalized versus
Yeah.
like when you're kind of making stuff up on the day.
Well, if you're making
And
stuff
you're
up on the day,
yeah.
like as you're filming, you're already behind. You're not gonna get everything done. The script has to be locked months, months in advance. I understand, like, on the day things could go wrong and you'll have to rewrite something, on a whim. But if you're already going in being like, okay, we have this script, we're gonna scrap that, we're gonna figure it out on the day. You're gonna sit there for like 3 hours figuring out what you're gonna do, maybe more, and then they're gonna set up and start going. So it's just a shit show. You're gonna waste a bunch of people's times. These are probably union people on union, so you can't go overtime. And so you're just gonna basically waste a lot of people's time, and you might not.
Yeah.
Things will fall through the cracks, like inevitably. Like you're gonna rewrite this scene. All of a sudden, you don't have enough coverage. You don't have enough shots. Uh,
Mm,
your things are gonna fall through, and then all of a sudden you can't
yeah.
even use the footage you got that day, and it was a whole wait. Like there's a million things that could go wrong if you're rewriting as you're directing.
Yeah. Also, I'd
Yeah.
imagine it's super frustrating for the actors because it's like I
Oh
just
yeah.
spent however many months building up this backstory for my character, and it's like, oh shoot, we're rewriting basically the
Yeah.
whole show, and it's like, okay, now I got to figure out who I am in this,
Exactly.
you know?
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
super hard. It's like all the pre-production work they probably did with the last directors just thrown out the window, and now you're not gonna get as good of a performance because they haven't done the subtext work. So
Yeah.
nah, it's just really unprofessional, and it's crazy to see that this is happening on an HBO original show. Like this is Hollywood, the highest of highs for Hollywood TV,
Yeah.
and they're just making this shit up. Okay, um, I think we can kind of skip to the crazy shit. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Here's some
um,
stuff. Just real quick, I wanted to highlight the stuff with the crew members.
mhm.
You don't have to scroll to it, but basically they were saying like, this is some of the craziest sets I've ever worked on. I wouldn't have signed up for this if I
Mm,
wanted to, and that stuff is crazy to me, and that's the stuff that one of the things that stick out to me because it's like crew members. I'm sure you can speak to a little more. Is like they get the short end of the stick a lot. Like having to
yeah,
work super crazy hours, all that stuff. So, just the fact that typical TV work schedule, and then on top of that, this craziness is
yeah,
is crazy. But
yeah.
yeah, no. As you were saying with the, let's dive into the craziness, man.
Okay,
The sick and twisted mind.
we can kind of we don't have to go through the whole article. It's a really long article. This is really
Yeah,
the main chunk here about
yeah.
probably the most like egregious allegations in this chunk. Basically, what was said was it was a show about a woman who was finding herself sexually, and then it turned into a show about a man who gets to abuse this woman, and she ends up loving it. That's basically what it turned into, which is um, very problematic in my opinion.
Yeah.
At various points, Levinson's scripts contain disturbing sexual and physically violent scenes between Depp and Tesfaye's characters. Three sources familiar with the matter claim. Three different sources. This is not just one whistleblower. These are three different people recalling this, saying in one
Mm,
draft of an episode, there allegedly was a scene where Tesfaye bashes in Lily Rose Depp's face, and her character smiles and asks to be beaten more, which turns him on. Um,
mm, mm.
Nasty. It was never
Yeah.
shot. The scene was never shot, but just the fact that and remember what we said. These are being rewritten on the day, so these are like how like this is Sam Levinson being like, how horny am I today? Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
So even then, like it was that's crazy. Another scenario was for Lily Rose Depp to carry an egg inside her, and then if she dropped or cracked the egg, Tesfaye would refuse to grape her, which
Mm.
is and there's even a scene where she's spiraling, begging him to do it because she believes that that is the key to her success. This wasn't filmed. This wasn't filmed only because they couldn't find a way to actually film the egg part. um, like let
Yeah.
alone
Without her
like
having. Yeah.
yeah, let alone the most insanely like fucked up sentence I've probably ever said here on stream. It's the egg part that really was like Sam was like,
Yeah.
maybe it's not gonna work.
Yeah, yeah. No, man, that's wild. And also, that stuff to me is crazy because I think of a lot of, you know what? Just talking about the Idol as a whole, right?
Yeah.
My problem, I never really bought into the show. I was excited for, and I don't know, maybe Matt, you have the same sentiment. It's like I was excited for the show in terms of just like, what does Abel look like playing like
Yeah.
another character that doesn't fit into his music?
And
What does that look
yeah, and
like?
like it would be the most we would ever see him like talk,
Like talking.
like that
Yeah.
was honestly the only thing I was excited about is like seeing him act. Um,
Hmm. But as for like the story,
yeah.
it's so been there, done that. We've seen, there's The
Right.
Wolf of Wall Street, there's Babylon, there's
Right.
multiple other platforms. Succession isn't one I've been getting into that talks about like the
Yeah.
corruption and how everyone is shitty that works in that kind of industry. Is like we've seen that story a bunch of times, and you're telling me that the thing that's gonna make me that's gonna make this property different from all those other ones is that it's it's super nasty and edgy and provocative. It's more
Yeah.
nastier than all of those. Then it's like, then yeah, then it becomes what the thing the article was saying it was. It's torture porn,
Yeah.
and especially with scenes like this. And for me, like that doesn't attract me to want to spend an hour every Sunday wanting to watch
No.
just like, the glamorized and also it's like that kind of stuff I feel like is like kind of beyond what the Weekend is making nowadays with like his music, like we were talking about Don
Right.
FM and how like he talks about that album is very much like a desire to be better. but then it's like you want to make a show that kind of brings you right back down to it. It's like,
Yeah.
no, man, like let me see something else. Let me see you like actually act. Let me see you actually do something
Right.
that interests me, that beyond just like, wow, look at these shitty people doing shitty things. So no,
Right.
like that was my thing with the Idol. Like always, we just try to have some fun with it. We have our like top 10 things you missed about the Idol, uh, just to kind of like poke fun at it. But at the end of the day, like this is tough, man. This is just like a really,
It's
really, really
tough.
weird situation. So I don't know, man.
It's
What,
tough,
oh,
man.
there's another thing that they were talking about. I'm sorry to cut you off. But there's something that they were saying like how a lot of the actors, the celebrity turned actors, like say like Troye Sivan, Jenny from Blackpink,
Right. Non-actors.
they're
Yeah.
yeah, they're talking about yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's pop
They're talking
stars.
about how they kind of just like their role in the show just kind of like dwindled down until it was
Really?
nothing. Like they're saying like how basically they told Jenny, this was like a quote I believe was, they just told her to sit there and look pretty. And
Ugh.
like they put her in the trailers and it's like they're promoting her as like one of the supporting casts and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And to me that just reeks of like old Hollywood bullshit, is like they just want to capitalize on the name of like, okay, we got her, let's get her fan base in, and let's because say what you want about the K-pop fans, but they show out, they show up, they make your show, they'll take screen grabs of the show and promote it or whatever. But for it to be like, all right, just sit there and look pretty, you're like, okay, so you're just kind of using her for her clout. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's some
Man.
bullshit, right?
I'm so yeah. All kinds of fucked up. Again, this is I right now I'm choosing to believe Rolling Stone. I'm choosing to believe whoever was a victim to this production. I'm choosing to
Mm.
believe that these sources are true, and that just because there were so many sources all saying the same thing, like it's pretty undeniable that these things were happening. Um, but as thankfully one of our moderators, Curry, sent me this show is done. In fact, it's actually gonna do its rounds at festivals, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be released. So I'm super nervous for it, man. Like I feel like this could be such a bad, bad look at everyone involved, at Sam Levinson, The Weeknd. Um, it's sketch. I again, like we've seen before, streaming services, they have no shame in pulling the plug on stuff real quick. Um,
Mm.
so it could be a moment where after they maybe do some audience test runs, and they see how it performs at festivals, if people are like, this is a disgrace to humanity, like this is the worst thing I've ever seen, what the hell is this, like maybe they'll just pull the plug right before they can even release it. My
Yeah.
opinion, I think that's what should happen.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah, no, it's still gonna be released, and you know what? I will see what it ended up being. We will. And you'll know our thoughts. But just going off of this article alone, man, like you said already, I was kind of like, I'm not really sure how this show's gonna bode. It's seeming pretty masturbatory, like
Trashy.
you said, gross, yeah, like a little all over the place. I'm like, why is this a show with no actors in it? Sam
Yeah.
Levinson's doing it, like, so it could be. I hope it's so bad that like we can just laugh at it. I don't want it to be so bad that I'm like actually like repulsed by it. Um, but yeah,
That's
um,
the thing though,
yeah,
man. It's like some of these scenes, cause we like I think we're safe to assume that we're not gonna get, even though we're not gonna get those kind of disturbing scenes, we're gonna
yeah.
get scenes like it where, honest Christian Grey, like,
Christian Grey, yeah,
like, let me show you what I'm working with type
yeah,
thing. Like, this is what I'm on. And honestly, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I'm gonna be thinking about all the stuff that went on behind the scenes and then all the stuff that
yeah.
was in this article and and
And
and
what
I'm
didn't
I'm
make the
gonna
cut?
try to,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm gonna be thinking about like, okay, that was kind of what they were on. So no, man, like but I'm gonna try to, obviously like, try to judge it for its merit or whatever. But that stuff is gonna be on my mind, and depending on how trashy we get, it's like, ooh, y'all are you know. So no, I'm of the personal opinion, like, I could see this thing getting scrapped. To be honest, I almost
Yeah.
kind of prefer it, to be honest,
Damn.
because it's
Damn.
like this is bad. This is really bad.
I will say the one thing. I mean, the one real scene we've seen from this show was the one that Abel shared, and that was some hot garbage. I'm sorry. I know it was only like 3 minutes, 2 minutes long, but I was like, "What is this script?
What was
What are
that?
they talking about? Can we find that clip?"
Yeah, can we please find a way to put it on our screen?
Here, let me. I'll go on Twitter, because he posted on
so.
Twitter, right?
God, and the hair looks even more egregious.
Yeah,
I
the
know
hair
it's
is
supposed to be
worse.
the character or whatever, but it's so bad.
Oh my god, man! It's worse than the slick back, bro. The long. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone. The Rolling Stone, 6 million followers.
Yeah. They're
Okay.
irrelevant.
Okay. I guess I have to watch it. How can I watch this? Hold on. Whatever.
Here, there's a comment here by a Chip fan. He says, "If the idol still happens, Matt and Cesco should get a cameo as interviewers." But seeing the state of the show, I hope they don't. Yet again, Cesco gets canceled daily.
Yeah,
I mean,
please.
there you go. It's like pot meat kettle, so you know.
I don't want to be associated with this, bro. Okay. I see all of you guys' comments. We're gonna get to that in 1 second, but please, can we just take a moment?
So, Rolling Stone came back to us about a cover, and I think it's worth pursuing.
Rolling Stone? Are they a little irrelevant?
It's a cover. It's a heritage brand. I think it's fail-safe.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
him
know. I
from,
feel like it might be kind of past its prime.
that show.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody
Interesting.
cares about Rolling Stone.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Well, I know a few writers over there that I think would handle whatever we want to do with them in a really careful way, which I think is important at this point.
Rolling Stone has 6 million followers on Instagram. Half of them probably bots.
Well, I don't know about that.
And Jocelyn has 78 million followers.
I am aware of her follower count.
All real.
All real. 78
So
million
the
real
photo
people.
shoot, she tags them. They get her followers. More money for Rolling Stone.
Uh-huh.
Nothing for Jocelyn.
Well, there's a lot for Jocelyn.
Not on Rolling Stone.
So,
What is
Wow.
it? Yo, this Chat GPT ass script, bro.
For real.
Like they just sound like androids.
Rolling
like-
Stone. Rolling
Yeah, yeah,
Stone,
yeah.
6 million followers. Jocelyn, 78 million followers. Those are probably all bots. I'm like, this dude's talking like a Discord mod. Like, literally, it's like, if you really want to like garner more interactions, I'm like, oh my god, what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you see what we mean when we say like this is what it looks like when you're like making shit up as you go. Like, yeah, you can find some good stuff in there, but like you usually end up with stuff like this.
This
And for
is
that
ju-
to be like the first thing we see
yeah.
of like the first scene is like, bro, what are we doing?
No, for real.
Are we? Let's be serious, bro.
I know.
Please.
I'm like, for like this really like, this is not even like, what is this conversation? They're just like they don't have followers. She does.
Mhm.
Like, okay. Also, this is just me nitpicking now, but I think my favorite part, and this is probably because the crew hated them, but look, just the difference in all the shots. They like, look at this, nice, evenly lit, you know, no shadows on their face, like no crazy shadows. He's all right, you know, whatever. He's kind of in the shadow. And then you go here, and all of a sudden they're like, you know, it's like the awning. I don't know. You know, I'd be nitpicking stuff like that.
No, I love that stuff.
But it's like-
yeah.
What? It's just so many things.
Well-
Like, I can't even. The shot looks ugly.
Keep in mind that first shot you're talking about might have been filmed like months before.
This
Like,
could have
months
been.
before that next shot.
Yeah, no, this could have been like the day before or like 6 hours prior, and then all of a sudden there's like a.
Yeah.
You know? Look, yeah, the sun
now
has
look,
moved
it's-
so much. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay,
man. So
let me just get to some of your comments here. You guys have left some
Yeah.
really great ones. First one to see Chip
Please.
Fan said, Abel does better acting in the After Hours short film, and he doesn't even say a word. That is so true. The Weeknd's voice is very sus. It is very sus.
yeah.
It's like, not saying like, you know, sus in like a dumb way, but it's just like, it's
Like why?
like also like, what is the character? Like, I feel like maybe he would talk a little different. It's just, I just feel like it's gonna be if The Weeknd was a shitty guy, like that's his character basically.
Pretty much. It was like an older, shittier guy.
Yeah.
Matthew David brought up something kind of interesting was the Rolling Stone writer that reacted with the monkey gif, if we want to get into that.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, The Weeknd made that tweet, and then a Rolling Stone writer, I forget his name, he tweeted like a gif of like a monkey doing something weird, basically like just
Like a
making fun of him.
reaction photo.
Yeah, something like that. And people then went to assume like it's like something racist. And while I'm not downplaying that, also it's kind of just like that
It-
doesn't excuse
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah, I know. That was like that
No,
was
like
jaded, toxic Weekend fans reaching to like cancel Rolling Stones back, but I'm like, bro, this is such a reach. Like you're being racist,
Yeah.
even like considering that this is racist, you know. Anyway, the whole situation was so just all awful. From back, like front to back, just everyone's responses, everything associated with this was nasty. The clip was ass, the acting, the writing. Y'all already know.
Yeah.
Let me go back in the chat here. Curry says it was weird. It felt like he put the clip up at the wrong time, made it worse than it already was. I agree. Felt like he had a statement. If he had made a statement instead of showing a clip, it would have gone different. Totally. I feel like if it were me in his shoes, I would be like, hey, like I see this Rolling Stones article. There's a lot of really crazy allegations that were said. You know, if they were true, then I would have said, like, Sam Levinson's a creep. I don't fuck with that man. Like, you know. But
Yeah.
Instead, putting up this clip and kind of subtweeting them was weird. Lemonally, I feel like you've been
Yeah.
here a few times. I haven't seen you in a minute, but
Yeah,
thanks for
hello.
commenting. More bad stuff about his team came out too, but it feels like people aren't talking about that. Just this. Okay, I don't know. I didn't hear about that. If you want to expand, comment what you mean by that, because that's, you know, I guess, man, not.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Matthew David says, also there was a deleted tweet from Rolling Stones writer who quoted the tweet with the okay, we said that one with the monkey. If the idol still happens, Matt and Cesco should get cameos as interviewers. Yeah. Like I said,
Well, you know what I
not
can imagine
happening.
us being? You know what I can imagine us being is like, you know how during like in movies nowadays or TV shows they'll have, if it's something to do with like media, they'll have a scene where they have like some internet bloggers that are like ranting about stuff. Like it's like a montage.
Oh,
of,
yeah,
like,
yeah. That'll be
viral
us.
tweets, like outrage, all that stuff. I feel like that could be us being like, what is he doing? Like, does he know like, what's at stake here? Da, 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 da.
be like, Abel,
Yeah.
we're talking to you now. We're gonna like, it's like
Yeah.
us arguing with like NFR podcast or something. Like no, you don't
Yeah.
get it. You don't get it. And like,
Yeah, or like some kind of like documentary, and it's like the reaction of the public was quite frightening, and it's like because us being like, yeah, being exactly what you're saying. Yo, come on, The Weeknd, like this is disappointing.
Yeah.
Us as fans, whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
it's us like, you know, even podcasts predicted that this would happen, and it's like, Our Thoughts podcast live stream. They're gonna say my full name like NFR did. Matthew Magnus predicted The Weeknd is gonna get canceled. I'm gonna get a media response asking like, what did you know? Like from Rolling Stone, like, do you have insider information?
Matthew Magnus has declined to comment. Like,
I just,
an article.
oh my god,
That's gangster.
I love that.
Cesco knows about the K-pop fans because of Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, man, they got that boy into the All-Star game like he was LeBron James. So no, I have all
You're
my
fine.
utmost respect to the K-pop fans. Yeah,
all
absolutely.
right. Jax, my boy, fellow Pogie boy, in the comments says not
Yes,
trying to
sir.
say say anything, but watch the show actually be good. Yo, that would be a fucking twist. Honestly, it's a long shot, but hey, if it's a good show, it's a good show. I'm
is a
still
good
gonna remember everything that was said in this article, even though. But then again, like, it's like when the show's good, people will watch. You know, I think of like the
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer biopic or like series, just like really like, you know, no confirmation from the family to like be able to do this. They all complained, yet, you know, this dude's winning awards for that performance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
so good that I'm willing to kind of overlook, then I will eat crow. You know, I will be
Yeah.
like, okay, then it is what it is. But man, but
Crazy.
man,
Crazy. Yeah, it was funny. I saw a lot of people tweeting responses to that video of him being like, "Oh, Rolling Stones is irrelevant," like whatever from the scene. They were posting his Rolling Stones cover in the comments that he shot with them for After Hours, and they're like, "This you?" I was like, "Damn." You can't escape. You can never escape the "this you" allegations, bro.
I know. It's damning, bro. Those this you, damn man. But
Yo,
anyways,
man.
let's wash this down a little bit with something else about the weekend real quick. Let's discuss. Did you get a chance to watch the After Hours Till Dawn tour thing?
Look, when that came out, I will say I was anti-Weekend, bro. I already canceled him in my mind. I was like, the Weekend could be associated with this vile shit. I kind of don't want to see him flick his tongue. I don't think that was in the actual recording, but I don't think I want to see his face for like 2 hours. So I didn't, and I haven't. When I'm ready, when I'm ready
Yeah.
to watch it, I've added the Live from SoFi Stadium live album on my Spotify. Haven't listened to it yet. I know it goes hard, but no, I didn't get a chance. I know you probably did because
Yeah.
you went to the concert. You have every right to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I totally respect that. I mean, yeah, I definitely watched it because I was like, you know what? I want to remember the good times. I want to
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
why I felt, because like, yeah, like I said before, is like, what I love about the weekend is like he is able to make. I'll save that discussion for a little bit later. But basically, I'm just saying like I like his art.
Mhm.
So I'm willing to kind of separate that. And yeah, it was great. Really well done, all that stuff. Now let's talk about the Die For You remix.
Yes.
So I feel vindicated in my thoughts about,
Oh.
and I know Chip Fan was hating on my shit last week, saying, "Oh, terrible take," but I feel very vindicated in the fact, because if what I said was like, look, this Die For You remix, it's gonna sound great. It's gonna sound
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, The Weeknd, they just do it together. Like they're incredible. They're, like their voices sound like angels. But I predicted like I'm going to feel like I want more,
Yeah.
and I definitely felt that. Like it wasn't. There was no moment where I was like, ooh,
Right.
there was no like, oh shit, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
damn, the
Yeah.
Die For You remix.
Yeah.
Where are you at with the remix?
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. The Weeknd and Ariana Grande, they have amazing collabs together. Some that are like just good, like not even just like a feature, like it's a good song through and through. It's not just them hopping on one of their tracks or vice versa or spitting a couple new, verses, whatever. It's like genuinely like a great song. I'm thinking of the one off of her album, the Love Me Harder, bro. I think that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite collab between them. It's a great song. The Save Your Tears remix was good too. But Die For You, yeah, it was so like, unfortunately it could not escape the mid allegations for me. It was
The mid-accusations.
The mid-accusations. It was just kind of like cool, like yeah, she's on
I give
there.
it my rating. It's right above mid. It's the good, the high pitched good. Oh,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah,
Like
it's the pity, the pity, like nice job, like
good with a shrug.
yeah,
It's good.
It's like we said, it's not a bad song. They just have better collabs together. But I thought what I also thought was interesting was the release of Starboy Deluxe recently. This was maybe a couple days ago, which was crazy. I was like, no way, Starboy, like let's go. This shit is still on. It's still hot. I open it up. It's just the same two remixes we've had for years and the Die For You remix. And I was like, man, this dude is trying to get those numbers like up, man. Like he's trying to stay on that top billboards. He's trying to get, I think he even posted when when they released, or when Die For You remix was trending, they're like, he posted on his Instagram tagging Ariana like, another one.
We got another one.
Yeah, I was like, this dude's fucking DJ Khaled with these remixes. He's just like, Ariana did, Die For You did, Starboy did.
Oh,
They couldn't believe in us. They couldn't believe in us.
Of the Weeknd. No,
No, our
I'd see the
boy.
day.
No, our boy.
Yes.
Oh my God, where did it all go wrong, bro? Oh man.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it was a Die For You remix. It was a Kygo Starboy remix and like a Reminder ASAP Rocky remix that we've had for years.
Yeah,
Literally
years.
for years.
Yeah.
And it's just like you couldn't have given us, because like Starboy, look, the thing with Starboy is, and I think we've talked about this many times, it got a lot of hate when it first came out. Like, what is this shit? Like,
Yeah. Super,
this
like, what is this pop
weird
shit? Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I think, his first time getting the H&M music allegations.
Mm.
And you go fast forward, and it's like, yo, this shit is set the table for a lot of what we have now, and a lot of what pop is now.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you want the Starboy Deluxe to be like to pay, really like give it its due, since Starboy, like Die For You's like trending like crazy now, all that stuff. I would have liked to have seen like a couple of demos, maybe some unreleased records, maybe some rough cuts, like
Unheard verses or something, or
unheard verses,
whatever.
Literally just a little bit more. Like, I'm not even asking for a lot. I'm not trying to be like an entitled fan that's like, you owe us this, that. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, I feel like if you're gonna give us a deluxe, don't just give us like one new remix and then two remixes we've had for like years. That just feels, so that kind of goes into what I wanted to talk about earlier, was like, this dude's really selling out a little bit. He's been selling out a little bit lately, and look, like, and that's okay, because I get it. This music shit is a business.
Yeah,
like, you got to make your bank. You have your chance to all that stuff. But what I loved about the Weeknd was that he was able to like do all the artist shit and like make money and get the people invested and interested, just on like how provocative it is, how artistically well done it is. Even if they don't know what it means for it to be well done, it's like, okay, it's interesting. Let me listen to it again, and then that's how you get crazy streams like After Hours. That's how you get incredible, like Die For You. Like, he created that song. It was, it was obviously well received. The song was, but it was kind of like a sleeper hit, and then now it's this big giant TikTok monster song. Yeah. And it's because of just simply how good it was. Mm-hmm. And you fast forward now, and it is starting to feel like the part in the biopic film where he's like starting to get lost in the sauce a little bit. But I trust that once he's in album mode, we'll kind of get back to like artist Weeknd. But right now it's kind of icky. It is
a little bit. It's a little icky. I know it sucks to say that he is definitely selling out a bit. I understand. It's just he's reached the height that he's been wanting to reach his whole career, and he's really trying to milk that. I understand, from 2020 to 2022, this dude was unstoppable, like literally. Not saying, we're still very early in 2023, but there was no one topping the Weeknd. He didn't need the Grammys. He did the Super Bowl. He's the most streamed artist on all platforms of all time. He's broken every record. He has every right to be like, let's just keep the train going, like let's just create the legacy that I've been wanting to create and stay on top. I get that, but you can't sacrifice the quality of the art. And I'm not saying the quality of anything has dipped. Obviously he's only released Dawn FM recently, and then this stuff has been, live from SoFi and then this deluxe, which I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it's the same album, sure. It's not like he's trying to bank on something right now, but everything he's been kind of doing musically lately has felt a little half-assed, especially with that Die For You remix. And then we have, live from SoFi, sure, that's just him performing. Like, he's not going to half-ass that. Obviously, that's his main thing right now. But the whole Starboy Redux re-release was definitely a cash grab, trying to get those streams up. I mean, if you look on Spotify right now, like, if you go on the trending albums tab, Starboy's in there. And I'm like, alongside with Her Loss, with, Harry Styles, all SOS, Beyonce, like, all albums released, like, this year, Starboy's still up there. So, yeah, it's a little grimy. I get it, though. I get it. I do miss album mode Weeknd. I feel like get this tour done, go away for like 4 years, and then come back. Maybe not 4, maybe like 2 years. Come back with the last album, and step away.
And then you can sell out as much as you want.
Yeah, and then you can sell out. Do your residency at Vegas. Do your your shitty merch packs, whatever it is. Like, you got to do
your costume packs.
Yeah, the $100 red suit you can get from Target. Whatever you want to do. But man, leave it to us, the Weeknd podcast, to cancel him and call him a sellout.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. Someone had to do it. Damn, man. This was tough. You know what? This is like Creed 3 just came out. Did you get a chance to watch Creed 3 yet?
No. I need to watch it. Don't say anything. I just watched Creed 2 like 2 days ago, so I'm catching up. But I'm really excited for it.
I watched it. Not gonna say anything else, but I will say, just kind of on that same note, right now he's in his like Rocky 3 era. If you guys remember the plot of that movie, is like he gets super big, he gets famous, and then he gets knocked out. That's kind of where we are right now. It's like we're in the knockout. Like, get up, Weeknd, come on.
You gotta remember where
find yourself.
Yes, remember where you came from.
Man. Get up, for the Weeknd. Fight back.
Yeah,
fight back.
He needs to be reborn.
We need some also a comment here that I just want to let
go ahead. I was gonna read the comments
for a moment. Grande did.
Okay. Yeah, Grande did.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Okay. Someone said, Nick the Fish, what's up, bro? Thanks for chiming in. People were mad it wasn't dark enough, but now that we have My Dear Melancholy and After Hours, people can go back and appreciate it more for what it was, and the same thing will happen with Dawn FM. Okay, I think we're talking about Starboy here. On the hate that it got. That was a huge part of it. I remember it wasn't the haunted strip club music. It was electronic, Daft Punk, pop punk, music that was super different. But then, like we said, it's a precursor where he's at now, because look at Dawn FM. All synths, 80s pop punk, pop. What the fuck did I say? You know what I mean. It's all pop music, and so it's kind of it was a precursor to what was to come.
And I like how Nick the Fish said it, and it's kind of like my attitude towards kind of like reboots of movies is like, people always say like, oh, you're disrespecting the original movie, like they talk about Back to the Future, all that stuff, but also it's like that movie is still going to be there unless they try to tie it into Back to the Future or whatever, or then it'll be an issue, because it's like you're actually like rewriting the canon of that. But also going back to the Weeknd thing is like, After Hours and Dawn and My Dear Melancholy trilogy. If you want trilogy type music, if you want My Dear Melancholy type music, well, you have My Dear Melancholy
go
right
listen
there.
to it. Yeah.
So just go listen to that, so.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Last few comments here and then we can move on. But not our boy selling out. Yeah, I know. Don't tell him he's going down the Drake route. And man, he's definitely
don't get me started.
No, he's not. Okay, Nick the Fish got you. Nick the Fish, he says he's definitely not going on the Drake route. He's touring. He's kind of on off-season mode. Yeah, he's on tour mode. He's touring the albums, doing his thing. He's not going full Drake. Oh yeah, take a breathe. Breathe, Cesco. Breathe.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we'll be
Okay,
fine. I think
okay.
thank you, Nick the Fish, for consulting
Yeah.
me there. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I think we're okay. I think The Weeknd, he still makes great music. He still has a banger album up his sleeve. But yeah, man, it's kind of a weird time. It's a weird time in the Weeknd stan bubble right now.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. You know, he hasn't done anything too crazy yet. We're definitely gonna like I said, we're gonna keep an eye on him.
I will say that calidification thing is getting real gross. I'm
that's
starting.
that's just getting real quick. All right, like we're gonna make sure we have that on lock.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, man. There was one other comment here that I wanted to mention. Oh, Matthew David. He said, yeah, despite all this, I'm happy Die For You finally hit #1, and The Weeknd joining the Supremes, MJ, The Beatles, Mariah, Janet, and Whitney as a few to have multiple #1s in 3 different albums. So
That's pretty dope.
Like we mentioned, like, yeah, he's selling out a little bit, but also it's like this is the kind of stuff that lasts forever. You know, it's like how high did your peak get?
Yeah,
All that stuff. So
No,
it's like, again, like, we get it. We're not you know, condemning this at all, but it's kind of just like, okay, like,
he just has hits. You know, he just has hits.
Yeah.
And they do the numbers, obviously.
Yeah.
In this TikTok age, it's gonna go crazy. Okay.
So, you know,
I think that's all I want to say about The Weeknd.
yeah.
Y'all have a lot of great opinions on this in the comments. Thank you. Crazy stuff.
Crazy.
You know, obviously we're still fans of the music, but you know, he's got to win my heart over a little bit right now. So, you know, shoot us a DM, Weeknd. You know, we know that
Why should we stay on? Why keep us hanging on? Come on, man,
give me like 3 reasons why I should listen to your next album.
reel us back in with a DM. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
But, hey man, let's get into some vinyl show and tell.
Okay.
We got some good ass vinyls.
Yeah, let's bring the mood up. Don't start yet. Maybe I have to go grab mine. But anyway, yes, super excited. A lot of great pickups. Finally, I have some stuff to report on.
Hey.
Give us 1 second. Can you entertain the people for 1 minute for me?
Sure. I don't know if I'll entertain them, but I will keep them company.
Okay.
Bye.
Give me 1 second. Let me grab my vinyl.
Guys, if The Weeknd goes down the DJ Khaled road, then any further than he already has, I might actually cry on stream whenever this next weekly. Oh fuck, we forgot to bring up the weekly Weekend update. Damn. Well, I think that's about what it deserves. All right, y'all. So we got, like Matt mentioned, we got some good vinyls. What do you guys want me to talk about? I don't know. Hi. Been writing a lot of poetry lately. That's something that I've been getting into. There's a girl I like in one of my classes, so that's been fun. We've been riding the train together. Not the train you're thinking of, you nasty men. Don't get all Sam Levinson on us.
All right.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hold on, not yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Hey guys.
Okay.
So,
Whew.
we're here. We're back. We got some new vinyl. As Mad Nike constantly texts, is like, this addiction is just, we're just enabling each other's vinyl addiction, which is great.
It's bad.
You know, at least I have someone to share in my struggles with, but also it's like
Strength and struggle.
damn good. Yes. So, do you want me to go first? Shall I go first?
You go first.
Sure.
You held us down.
Yes.
All right.
Cool. So, shout out to Vinyl Me Please.
Yes.
This incredible website that sells, like, they have like a book club type thing where you can subscribe and get like a free vinyl. Well, free. You're paying for a subscription, but you get a vinyl every month, which is pretty cool. But I ended up just getting like a one-time thing. And man, oh man, is it a special album. In my opinion, one of the top 3 greatest R&B albums of all time. I got none other than Usher's
Ooh,
"These Are My Confessions."
damn, that's
Yeah, man,
nice.
and I'm about to
Oh,
crack this
damn.
thing open right now for y'all, just because there's some beautiful stuff in here, and it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a bitch to put back together, but this is what I do for you guys. This is, you know.
That's
So yeah, as you can
nice.
see, it's got the gold print, which is
Oh,
just so
damn.
lovely, you know. Um,
Oh,
there's a
that's clean.
actual back with the track list, all that stuff. There's no, it doesn't open up like how the other ones, but the sleeves are dope. So we got this and just like
Wow, that's
scenes
sick.
from like all the music videos, all like photo shoots, you know. Yeah, that's really cool. And then you got this thing, crazy ass photo shoot by the way.
Yeah, that's wild.
Man, I love 2000s R&B because it's so fucking camp. Like, look at all these,
Oh shit. Are
you
these the
know,
sleeves for the actual vinyls? Or are they just like
yeah,
inserts?
no,
Oh, nice.
this is the sleeve because then going into the vinyl itself, you got, mm,
Ooh. Oh, look at that. Is that like, can you hold that up close to the camera? It's got a different like texture on that.
yeah,
Yo, that is crazy. I've never seen that.
yeah, man, look, it's beautiful and it sounds amazing. So, yeah, no, if you have not checked out Usher's Confessions, I implore you to just because it's
Fire.
so it's like there's a reason this album is like they tout it as like the last of a dying breed, you know, in terms
Mm,
of like traditional R&B, all that stuff. Even though, you know, obviously I'd argue like there's still very much like a strong R&B presence, all that stuff. But if you're talking about R&B as like traditional people would, you know,
mm-hmm.
traditionalists would call it, this is it right here. And then also what's cool about it is that, and I was just showing Matt this, if I can find it. There was a really cool, oh yeah, here it is, a booklet
Oh, sick.
written by, yeah, as you can see here, Confessions, written by Britt Julius, and it kind of goes into like the history of the album and talks about how, you
Wow.
know, and a real cool thing that they mentioned in this book was how this album came out in 2004 and was kind of like the start of tabloids culture, paparazzi culture, Perez Hilton,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the start of like us being interested in celebrities and artists more than just for what they contribute to like entertainment and
Right.
all that stuff. And the fact that this album, you know, it goes this album talks about Usher, like it's a story about how Usher got his side chick pregnant and him having to tell his girl, you know, and all that stuff. And it's just kind of like, okay, like having that like juiciness, that bluntness of that storytelling, like was part kind of fed into celebrity culture. So really cool article
That's really nice.
thing. Like this, how I describe it is like this is literally like an Our Thoughts podcast video in an essay. So really cool stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Vinyl Me Please. So I think what's cool about Vinyl Me Please is they have these special edition versions of these albums. Like I think you can only find, I mean, most definitely you can only find this album with that booklet probably off their website. But that's
yeah,
cool, man. I feel like they definitely like do the fan service and give you all the details and everything. It's the packaging
yeah.
is clean. Damn, that looks nice.
Super clean, you know. It's like, yeah, man. Like this is because the thing about vinyl is that this is it. Like this is what you're gonna get
Yeah.
forever. Like it's not like streaming where, you know, they can add an alternate cover, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this is it, and the fact that they give you so much is
So
amazing. So yeah,
sick.
why don't we please
My
shout out to you guys? Please
confession.
sponsor us.
Yeah, please, somebody
Yeah,
sponsor us. Speaking of
yeah.
which, I want to acknowledge the donation we just got a couple minutes ago, from D Mine for $4.99. Thank you so much for the donation. He says,
Mm.
"What's poppin', y'all? I need some advice on how I should write my outline for my podcast, cause I just stay stuttering. Not sure if y'all have seen it. Yeah, man. If you didn't know, we would draft up an outline every single episode, and we would try and segue and transition between each topic. But we've been doing this so long that we kind of freestyle now. So it really takes time to get used to it. But no, just write
Yeah,
out, just make bullet points. You don't have to spell anything out, but make
yeah.
bullet points, and say as much as you can about those things and then move on to the next one. That's how you can structure it. But thanks for the $4.99. Obviously you can watch our live streams and get some inspiration on how to format it. But yeah, man. Yeah, just want to. Oh, go ahead.
One thing I would say is like, yeah, man, like don't worry about stuttering. Like I get it, like that shit is, but also just like, don't be too hard on yourself, man. Like, it's a very weird thing to do, to talk to yourself about something for a given amount of time. Like it is very weird. So it is what it is. I would say, yeah, outline it if you want to script it. Super well. Then hey, whatever gets you there, and also like, I would also recommend doing it with a buddy. Like,
get some
or
guests
like finding a guest. Yeah, get some guests on because it's because then at that point it just becomes having a conversation, and anyone can do that. So
exactly.
Again, appreciate the donation, and good luck. Yeah, I'll be sure to check out an episode or two.
Yes.
Thank you for coming through.
Much love. Thank you for the show and tell, Cesco. That is fire. I'm glad that one of us got something from them, because I've been following Vinyl Me Please for a minute, and I've been tempted, but it's just like, man, they're more expensive, but for good reason, because they're so special. But if I hadn't purchased my Mama's Gun vinyl before I found Vinyl Me Please, I totally would have went for that one, because that one is so sick with like the gold letters. Like, it looks crazy.
Yeah, and bro, let me tell you, you're a stronger man than me for resisting, because they were targeting me, bro. Like you were mentioning, like I think we were talking about it, is Instagram. Technology is crazy, because they'll hear you talking about something and then start throwing ads for you and all that stuff. Right. So what I did was I found, it was I think I was just talking to my friend, like my middle school friend. We were talking about how like, oh yeah, this album My Boo, like that one of the songs from there, like that's kind of our song, all that stuff. And literally that same day I open my Instagram and I find like it's an ad with My Boo playing.
Oh my gosh.
Like, oh shit, they got the sentimentalness in me, and then and I resisted a couple times, to be fair, and then by the fifth time that ad came through, I'm like, okay, paycheck just came in. I'm willing to deal with the losses. Let's do it. Fine. Yeah. And that was back in like January. It took so fucking long to get, but I'll deal with it. It's first world problems, champagne problems. Right. But man. But you yourself got not just the vinyl haul, but a little bit of overhaul as well.
Yes, yeah, that's a good way to put it. I definitely have a nice stack over here I want to show you guys, but I did just cop a brand new vinyl turntable. I was rocking the Urban Outfitters one for a couple years. It's a great turntable, sounds really good for how cheap it was. It's just a little bit, the belt was it got a little bit off. You really can't tell unless like you're listening really closely, and I listen really closely. So I'm like, okay, time to upgrade, and I got a super fire turntable. I'm super happy with it. Set it up today. Oh my god, bro, it was such a process to set it up too, because like I had to assemble it, and then you have to balance the arm and the needle yourself, and so I'm like doing these tiny little adjustments, like twisting it just like 1 centimeter this way so it's perfectly balanced, and like I had to print out a diagram to put on the turntable, and then I had to make sure when I dropped the needle it dropped perfectly in the center of the diagram, and then it was crazy.
You are so deep in the rabbit hole.
Dude, I'm deep. You have no idea, bro. I'm so it's fucked right now.
Oh.
But it sounds so good. Like, I'm so hyped.
I'm right there with you, bro.
It sounds so good. Yeah, no, man. I'm super hyped I'm super happy. It sounds good. I set it up perfectly. Like, it's all good, and I could definitely tell a difference, because like when I play like Blonde, or when I played Control, spoiler, one of the new vinyls I just picked up, I could tell immediately. I was like, this shit sounds off. Like, I know this album front to back, every note, it sounds off. So with this new turntable, it has a switch. This is more of a DJ setup, but there's a switch to change the pitch basically and the tempo. So now you can do whatever you want, and like you can get it perfectly dialed in. Yeah. Anyway, I will do
So-
my show and tell now.
Yeah. Also, Jackson says here, you jacked my style. How do you feel about those accusations?
Oh my god. Oh, that's Jax. Oh my god. Yeah, bro. You know, it's funny because you got all your vinyl set up after me, and you ended up with a better setup, like first, like just
Ooh.
initially. But you know what? You got to come over and see what I'm rocking with, bro, because this is pretty much the dream setup for me. Like, I don't think I'm gonna touch this for several years, so you better bring some vinyl, bro, when I have you over, and you'll see the difference. But yeah, he was there when I set it up wrong. I got a new subwoofer and I put my vinyl player on top of it, and the sub it was rattling so hard it would vibrate the record, and so it was sounding all kinds of fucked up. But that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
All right. First off, I will do. Okay, let's do this. Show and tell.
Boom, boom, boom.
Let's start. Let's see. What should we start with? All right. We'll start off strong. So, am I in focus? Hello. Kind of. All right, y'all. So first off, we have a deep cut from the childhood. Maya picked this up for me on a whim. Surprised me one day because she was just next to Barnes and Noble, so she was like, "Let's just see what vinyls they got." And she picked up Doo-Wops and Hooligans by Bruno Mars. My boy. Salute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, ooh, man, this. Okay, let me show the insert. It's pretty cool. So it has this really sick kind of drawing of Bruno on it. This is very reminiscent of like 2012, 2013, like era like art, if you know what I mean, that kind of pop art style. So this is like a time capsule for me. But, bro, the record itself, I did not expect this. The record itself is a transparent yellow gold. It looks a little orange on here, but it's more yellow, bro.
Yeah. It looks like a
Very
swirl of just like. Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Really cool. Sounds awesome. But what's interesting is, I don't know when this was pressed, but some of the song, there's one song that sounds different than like what I've always heard. On the Lazy song, you know, the little part where it's like or whatever. It doesn't have that. Like, there's no whistle part. So I was like, that's weird. Maybe it was pressed before, you know, maybe they changed that, they added that last minute before it went on a streaming or before they sold it or something, but
That's weird.
it's just a little
one of the most iconic parts of that song.
right, yeah, like just one aspect of this is different. So that's kind of the fun part. The interesting part of vinyl is sometimes when it gets pressed, it's different than when it's actually released. But there you go. Some of the songs on here, I mean, bro, literally, you put this on, I'll get in my feels immediately. Every song on here, you start with Grenade. You know, why were her eyes open, man? Like that was the question of the decade.
Still asking myself that question every night before I sleep.
We have Just the Way You Are, Our First Time, Runaway Baby, The Lazy Song, Marry You, Talking to the Moon, Liquor Store Blues, Count on Me, and The Other Side featuring CeeLo Green and B.O.B. Yeah, absolute banger. Went really hard. I literally cried the first time I played this because I was like, oh my god. Like, it took me back to like
Memories.
middle school, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Riding the same wave of nostalgia, I have. This is something I probably wouldn't buy for myself. I don't know why, but it was just like, I probably would buy other albums from this artist before this one, but it's really interesting that I have this in my collection now. But I have Kawaii by Childish Gambino.
Ooh, oh my god.
Yeah.
Now that it's over,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be sober. Love that record, man.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I did not know this.
With Sober, it has Pop Thieves, Retro, The Palisades, Poke, Late Night Kawaii, and then it has a different version of the song 3005. The beach picnic version is what it's called.
Yeah.
But
That's great.
yeah, super interesting. This was such an interesting time in terms of like music for Bino, because it was kind of like between the like when he released Camp, and then before Because the Internet, it was kind of in between there. But it sounds great. Super simple. Just these two colors. I'm really excited to break this out for the summer because it's just such island summer vibes, like through and through. But yeah, super sick. Kawaii by Gambino. I don't have any. I have Because the Internet is what I have. So I guess if I buy Awaken My Love, I'll have the
I got that.
discography.
So hey, I got
Oh,
the
yeah.
last Infinity Stone for you. So
Perfect. Okay, yeah, we'll complete the trilogy. I
we
almost
need
have-
a 1738 or whatever
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the other one is. Yeah.
Whatever. But I almost have every single Bruno album. So I have 24K. I have Doo-Wops. I just need.
You got Silk Sonic.
I have Silk Sonic. I just need Jukebox, Unorthodox Jukebox, and then I'll be complete.
Last Infinity
Yeah.
Stone. There you go.
Okay, we're halfway there. Y'all.
All right.
We're halfway there.
Halfway there. Shout out Big Time Rush.
Yep.
What you got for us?
Big time. Okay. This
I want
next
the Big Time Rush vinyl. Give me that one.
Yo, for real. That's probably watch that be like $1,000 on Discogs or something.
Oh,
Um,
for real.
Okay. Now, I don't have any compilation albums. I usually would never buy like a best of record just because I want albums, you know? But when you're so iconic that your best of record is iconic, you kind of have to get it. I have the best of Sade on vinyl. Yeah.
Sade.
Yeah.
Love her.
On the
Love that.
there's the back, just moments after. The insert is really simple, just credits. Those are all images of the band members. If you guys haven't listened to Sade, please do yourself a favor and do so because it is literally like sex for the ears. The sleeves themselves,
Eargasmic. if you will.
eargasmic. The sleeves themselves are super cool. Love the font, super like kind of postmodern vibe. It's like this really nice burnt orange, and when you put it together, it says.
I can't wait to see how you put it together. Here we go.
Can you guess what it'll say? Yeah, hold on. It says, "The best of
There it
Sade."
Bam.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Pretty cool.
Oh, the final's about to fall out.
Oh shit. Let's not get that on screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably the best. Like if you're gonna test out your record player, I think this is probably the perfect record to do it because Sade was making perfect music. Like I'm talking about same levels as Silk Sonic, same levels as Bruno Mars, like perfectly produced, mastered, executed just music. And when I put this on the new record player for the first time, I was like, oh shit, like I could actually finally tell a difference in sound quality just from that album. Ooh, okay. Hold on, let me get a drink of water.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Man. So Jackson
Ooh.
mentioned here maybe your subwoofer is overpowering the treble, so you couldn't hear the whistles. It's a thought. It's a thought.
No, that maybe, yeah, it's just so freaking loud. That was after I moved it and fixed the problem. So straight up, the whistles were just not there. Kind of interesting, little, I guess, Easter egg. All right, and last but not least, for vinyls, I have there's a funny story that goes with this album.
Ooh,
But
do tell.
so first off, lastly, I have an album I've been waiting to get on vinyl. I have SZA's Control on vinyl, finally.
Look how that looks. My God.
Yes, bro. My favorite album by SZA only has two.
One or
but-
two.
Yeah. The insert is really cool. Hey, also let's watch the comments. All right, I know y'all be thirsting over this woman. This is about the vinyl. This is about the packaging. Let's keep it in the pants. All right, I'm looking at.
Keep it on the art, please. Let's
Please
keep it on the art.
the
and
music. All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Curry. I'm looking at you, Kitchen Boy. D-Mine, I know you're out here.
Jose,
For sure.
We're looking straight. We can't see me, but I'm looking straight into the camera, right at you, Jose. I'm looking right at you, Jose.
Bro, I'm not trying to catch nobody in 4K right now. Please just let me show you what the vinyl looks like, okay?
Like, in peace, please.
Here's the insert. Okay, that's enough. All right, that's all I'm gonna give y'all. Okay.
Thank you.
Y'all are gonna clip that. You know, I'm sure, like a million screenshots just went off. All right, y'all, chill, please. My God. Okay, let me show you the actual record though. It's so fire. I have the translucent green. The translucent green Control record.
Oh my God,
This shit
that is beautiful.
so sick. The way it's looking right now for me, because I'm pointing it right at the light, it's like glowing.
No, that looks, yeah, you can see the reflection of the light actually.
Yeah, there you guys are. That's how clean this is, bro.
It looks like a watermelon.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. This was like, when I first played it, like I said, I just could tell that on my old record player, it was just ever so slightly off. So when I finally played it with my new one, I was like, okay, this is what it's supposed to sound like. But it also came with a booklet, which is cool, because this is kind of the official pressing. I've never really seen a pamphlet like this, but it's kind of like this scrapbook style pamphlet. It has these really cool kind of inserts with like this kind of makeshift kind of DIY art. It has all the credits for each song. There's some pretty fun pieces here. This is super cool. Control kind of photo shoot she did. Pretty sick with the letters. And then there's like some notes that she wrote to herself on here. Some very interesting art. Okay.
Hey, we're gonna get us demonetized.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Okay. And yeah, pretty cool. Some credits.
Yeah, that
very nice.
Love that aesthetic of that pamphlet, man.
Yeah.
Love that. Pranav says, I kind of wanted SZA printed onto the disc. Hey, you and me both.
Yo, it would not leave the turntable if that was the case. But I have a funny story with this album. Not with this specific one I have, but with getting Control on vinyl. I should have had this vinyl. I'm struggling right now. I should have had this vinyl like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. But when it was supposed to be like a Christmas present that Maya was supposed to get me, and she ordered it, and it came, and I'm like, okay, like let's see what it is. I knew it was a vinyl, so I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I open it up, and it's a Cigarettes After Sex vinyl. They're, self-titled. I don't know which one it is. It just said, it was black and just said Cigarettes After Sex. And I was just like, thank you.
I didn't order this.
Yeah, like I
never heard their music.
I don't listen to them, but cool. And she was like, this is not what I ordered. And so someone on the Amazon assembly line fucked up and gave me a Cigarettes After Sex album when it should have been SZA's Control. And that was the biggest L of the holiday, I think.
Yeah. And that was, sorry, what year was that?
That was probably 2 years ago.
Damn, 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years later, you finally get the Control. But it's
get
like the best possible version of it.
Yes, yeah, with the green.
Like candy cane, lollipop, watermelon flavored.
Yeah. So sick.
Yeah, all that stuff.
All
with
right,
the pamphlet.
I'll give you all a look one more time. Okay.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Right,
that's enough.
Yeah, man. So super hype. It sounds great. But I have one more thing of show and tell. Not a vinyl, but music related.
He's gonna take off his shirt for us, ladies
all right,
and
y'all.
gentlemen.
I got a tattoo of the Weeknd.
This is Magic Mike's last dance. Magic Matt.
Yeah, I got one more in me. All right, I got one more in me. 1 second. Okay.
Here we go. What is this gonna be, guys? I have no idea.
So,
Is this gonna be a baby? Is it gonna be a baby? Find out.
Why y'all commenting nuts emojis? What's going on? All right, let's none
Yeah.
of that.
Yo.
None of that.
Yo,
all right?
yo, yo. Come on,
yo.
now.
We're stopping that right now. All right, put your nuts away, D-Mine. All right, none of that.
Flip that, please.
All right. This next thing, it's a piece of artwork that I got by one of my favorite mixed media artists, Ian Woods. It is this is made by hand, by the way. This is a portrait kind of remixed together of Kendrick Lamar. Hold on, I'm gonna have to move this so if you can't hear me, but
No, you sound great. Yeah.
Okay. A remixed portrait of Kendrick Lamar from I think I forget which magazine he did this photo shoot with, but it was during the Miss Him Around the Big Steppers. But look how sick that is, bro! Like it's his face remixed and like cut and chopped over his own face. He's looking crazy. But yeah, bro. Finally have.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Let me know where I should put it, y'all. Like, I kind of want it downstairs because I want people to see it. But then I'm like, there's a big blank space behind me right now. Like, would y'all like to see that on stream kind of deal? I don't know. Let me know.
Or show them the other one. Show them the other one that maybe is up for contention. Or do you already have a spot for that one?
Which one? I do have other prints.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Let us know.
I have to find it. I have a Lauryn Hill one that actually the frame just came tonight. It just delivered, so I have to frame it still. And then I have a Sade one, which is it's small. It's like that big. But yeah, man, what do y'all? Let me know what you think. I'm in love with the piece.
Hey,
I need to find a perfect spot for it.
Great piece. Yeah, man. There you go. Thank you, Matt, for sharing and telling.
Yes.
All your entire haul, man. Like that. My man had a very productive 2 weeks.
Telling you, a lot happened.
Love to see it. But yeah, man, super great. Hope you guys enjoyed that little final show and tell. But let's get into something that happened very recently. A pleasant surprise, if I will put it like that. Let's talk about the 95th annual Oscars show.
Yes.
But before we get into that, let's go ahead and give our announcement.
Yes.
Before we.
Okay, y'all.
It's that time of the season. It's that time of the year.
The time is here. Okay, everyone, if you're not paying attention, if you have us in the background, pay attention right now. Okay? Lock in with me. Lock in with us.
You're tuning out for the last couple of minutes. Here we are.
Lock in with us, all right?
Come on. Yeah.
Next week. I'm like in a world.
In a world.
Next week is officially the OurThoughts Awards. The crowd goes wild. Yes, it will be happening next week. We will let you know which day. We're trying to basically we're gonna do this in person this year. That's the big reveal. I know that we live streamed like this last year and the prior years, but if y'all don't know, or if you're like a OG OurThoughts fan, we used to do it in person. We'd sit down at a table, deliberate, and be your talk show hosts. And we're trying to bring that back this year. So Cesco will be coming down to LA. We're going to be setting it all up. It's going to be super fun. Super excited. This is probably the most difficult, actually genuinely the most difficult list of nominees we're ever going to have to pick a winner from. So I'm super excited for y'all. The nominees will come out this weekend. Also, we also did something super different for that. As y'all already know, we're leveling up every year when it comes to the OurThoughts Awards. So y'all should expect the only the greatest. But nominees this weekend, OurThoughts Awards next week. It's fucking go time, y'all. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Keep an eye out on our social medias. Keep an eye out on our little YouTube stuff. We'll find a way to get this info out to you whenever we can lock in a date. But yeah, no, like Matt said, this has been an incredible past year in music. 2022 was so. Just the nominations in and of itself is almost like an award, just because we're such a prestigious,
Yeah.
establishment
The
that like, just a
Academy.
nomination is enough.
Mhm.
And we hope that we've done our best to like represent the last year in music. Well, at least a little better than the scammies. And very excited, guys. This is that time of the year. Super
Yeah.
excited. Unfortunately, I don't think the Weeknd will be showing up this year, because he's got pending allegations.
Yeah.
But
We
hopefully
can't
when that clears
associate
up,
that. Yeah.
but hopefully when that clears up, we can get him on the show. But
Yes,
yeah, man.
sir.
Yeah.
Oh, J Dot, thank you so much for the 9.99. W, yes, W's in the
Ooh,
chat
he's
for
back.
J
The
Dot.
king is back. The
The
return of the
king.
king.
Oh man, how come I can't see the? Oh, usually we have our little
Our leaderboard.
our leaderboard. Hold on, maybe here. Wait, there it is, y'all. Hold on. Can you see it? There you go.
Boom.
Wait,
Yeah, we got-
it says Jay Wizzy.
Jay Wizzy.
Jay Weezy.
Yo.
J Dot, is
Little-
that you?
Is that your alter ego?
Yeah, your alter ego. Thank you,
your,
J
your,
Dot.
your burner account.
It's been a minute since we've seen y'all. Thank you for the 9.99.
Yeah.
Yes, red carpet time. Super excited for the Our Thoughts Awards. Very excited for Cesco to come down and just do the whole thing. There it is. Okay, there's the alert.
Dog.
I'm covering
I'm
it.
so excited to see you, bro. Like this is
There
gonna
it
be
is.
such a fun week.
Yes, so
And,
stay tuned. Y'all need to show up. Tell your mother, tell your father, tell your friends. Our Thoughts Awards
Your
is
grannies.
happening. Your grandma. Bring the dog. Let everyone know Our Thoughts Awards is happening next week. All right. With that, let's just do a quick like thoughts on the Oscars. My voice is going out. But
Yeah.
we're kind of
So-
almost at our end of our time here, so Oscars, they happened. What are your thoughts?
As I mentioned before, pleasantly surprised. The last, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 Oscars have been shit shows or just
Yeah.
straight up like unwatchable. Whether it be because of scandals like the La La Land Moonlight thing, or just like terrible productions, just like boring pandering,
Yeah.
trying to show off. Oh, look how great Hollywood is, but it's like not appealing. Like it's like very done in a very inaccessible way. Very pretentious. Or you got the Will Smith thing that kind of put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth.
Yep.
And it becomes like very much like it's not anymore about the night itself. It's not about the awards given. It's not about recognizing these people. It's just about Oh, also shout out.
Thank you, J Dot.
J-Dot.
Back to back.
Top five.
Better be Drake.
There you go.
You already know. You already know what our top 5 is, bro. Drake.
It's Drake.
It's Drake.
It's
It's
Drake.
Drake. It's Drake. It's Drake.
Yeah, and Drake should have won an Oscar, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, no. So obviously, Curry says here, and I really feel Cesco gonna slap Matt at the heart.
Yo!
Hey,
Hey.
keep the Weeknd out your fucking mouth.
Yo, we might have to. I will say, it's been a minute since we've done this in person. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. All right, there could be some fists thrown. There could be
Yeah.
some serious controversy happen at the Our Thoughts Awards. It could go down at the Our Thoughts Awards. All right, you never know.
Yeah. Hey, what is it? He says in Nope. What if I told you that you'd leave this different?
Oh yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't
in
know.
these next steps. But no. Yeah, as Curry said, Kimmel. I wanted to shoot myself whenever he was on the screen.
Bro.
Just terrible. You guys know I think he's just so unfunny. Maybe the most unfunny person in TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, more than Fallon and Corden, just because Corden and Fallon, at least they're like likable. You see them on
A little
screen,
more
they smile.
charismatic. Yeah.
Slightly more charismatic. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon laughs a little bit too much, but he's harmless. You would want to grab a beer with him because at least he'll laugh at your jokes. But Jimmy Kimmel, he'll like just do some really sleazy like jokes, like
Yeah.
So
and
no,
he
they're-
did. Yeah.
And he did. But with that being said, going into like the actual awards given, yeah, very happy about my brethren's my
At the Everything
Salute.
Everywhere All at Once stands. That's us.
yes.
Salute
yes,
to the
yes,
king.
yes.
Ki Hoi Kwan.
Shout out.
Salute to Michelle Yeoh. Shout out.
Salute to-
Shout out Brendan Fraser.
Yes, Fraser. Shout out to the editor who his second film edited was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like that is the second movie that he
Bro,
cut. And it's
I've edited 20 movies. Where is my Oscar, bro? What is going on?
bro. He
Yeah.
put that shit together on an old MacBook. Like that's how.
No, not even
Like-
on an old MacBook, on a cracked version of Premiere. Like not like
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Really?
And they their editing sessions was over Zoom. Like this was everything stacked against them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, pretty
There you
impressive.
go, man. Pretty impressive stuff. The speeches were great. Oh yeah, RRR winning Best Original Song. That was great.
I was
love that.
so happy for that, bro. Like I was like
Mhm.
I got up off my seat. I'm like, let's fucking go. Like that was
Yeah.
honestly Oscars. They kind of nailed it this year in almost every category. Almost every category.
Almost being, if you could tell the audience.
The supporting actress role. You know, I've seen a lot of different takes on this. Obviously,
Mhm.
obviously, it went to Jamie Lee Curtis. I get it. You know, legacy choice. She's been in the industry for a long time. But up against Stephanie Hsu, who was the actual like supporting actress in Everything Everywhere All at Once, had one of the like was the heart and soul and the main like antagonist of the whole thing. She lost to an IRS tax agent. Crazy. She also lost to Angela Bassett with her performance that was so good that just the way she delivered that one line in the trailer had people crying. Didn't win.
Yeah.
Instead, it went to Jamie Lee Curtis, which is, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. Oh, I didn't even realize D-Mine Studios. Oh, okay. D-Mine's back. There it is.
Oh, the beef.
The
is
beef
starting
is starting
again.
Starting again. J. Curry, remind.
I'm not gonna hold you, man. Y'all go ahead and settle that yourselves. You
Hey.
need to move some furniture. Go ahead, but
Yo, y'all can
Do what
throw
you gotta
down.
do.
I mean, you see the lineup. J. Still
Yeah,
has
yeah,
Chew
yeah.
on there. You know, Jay Weezy, he's almost out, but you know, y'all, I support the throwdown. All right.
Either way, we win. Anyways,
Yeah. So yeah, that was definitely an upset.
Uh-huh.
For me, not as extreme of an upset, but I really wanted Babylon to win at least for best original score. Justin Hurwitz has been nominated twice now for La La Land and for Babylon, two incredible soundtracks that like objectively are amazing. Hasn't won. The All Quiet on the Western Front sweep definitely came out of nowhere for me. Cinematography.
you see someone. They're crazy. Twitter's crazy. Someone said, "I can't believe All Quiet on the Western Front won an Oscar for sampling Fire Burning by Sean Kingston."
Oh my!
It, like
Wait,
those three
what?
notes of the
Burn, burn, burn.
like yeah, like
That's
if you
funny.
yeah, I'm gonna send you that tweet later. But when you listen to it, you're like, these motherfuckers are really ripped off Sean Kingston. Like give Sean Kingston his Oscar,
Bro. Nah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
actually crazy. No, it's just
Yeah.
funny because if y'all haven't seen All Quiet on the Western Front, it's actually a really good movie. It's just
Yeah.
a well done war movie, and those always do really well at the Oscars, just because so much goes into it. You know, production design, that makes sense. You know, I get it.
Sound design.
Sound design
that's
for
always a
sure.
lot. Yeah.
Cinematography, I get it. But the Batman was not nominated. I think it was only nominated for
Like production design and makeup. I think.
production design and makeup. Lost those two. It should have been nominated for cinematography, bro. The Batman was the best shot film of last year, hands down.
Yeah.
I also, you know, anyway, All Quiet on the Western Front. It's a remake of a film that was based on a book. It's good. I don't know how many of y'all have played the video game Battlefield 1, which also takes place in World War One. But I made many. I'm like, these guys just played that game and then made it a movie. because it literally was the same thing. Even the music that drone, that blah, blah, blah,
Really?
straight out of
Wow.
the Battlefield soundtrack. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's just me. I don't know. I'm just a nerd about those things. But yeah,
Pierce got a tweet that a banger chat message off. How the fuck a movie called All Quiet win best sound?
nah,
Ah,
for real,
I
bro.
love that.
Been
Love that.
saying that. Been saying that.
Yeah. Justice for the Batman. Yeah.
No,
With
for
that,
real.
with
The
that.
Batman. Yeah, I super definitely robbed. What was robbed? It was Babylon was robbed. Top Gun, definitely robbed. What else? The something of the Irish movie. The people the
Oh, Banshees of
Banshees
in Inisharan.
Inisherin or something. I need to see it.
Inisherin, yeah.
I need to see it. It does look really cool, or like it does look really well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like
Great story.
yeah. Oh shit. Oh, the rebuttal. The rebuttal
J-Dot.
just hit.
Oh.
J Dot. Batman. No, I
Got the
agree.
3-1 lead. He got
I-
the
I
3-1
see
lead
it.
right now.
Yo, D-Mine, he's kind of shutting you
Ooh.
out right now. You gonna let him? You gonna let
Okay.
him do that?
Hey man, we only got like a couple more minutes left in this thing. If
Yo.
you wants to try to make it interesting,
I'm
So
saying,
that's all I'm
bro.
gonna say.
You might need a buzzer beater. You might need a buzzer beater. He might be bluffing you.
Might be.
Never know.
Wait, one thing I want to talk about. Everything everywhere. Oh well, a couple of things I want to talk about. One, very weird placement for a Little Mermaid trailer. Like I was not expecting this to be like like the Gamer Awards where they'll play trailers for upcoming games at the awards.
Yeah, that was
I was not
different.
expecting that.
Yeah.
Also Morgan Freeman checking out Margot Robbie. We've all been there. Shout out Morgan Freeman. He's a real one. 3. Everything Everywhere All at Once producer when he was accepting the Oscar. He was
Yeah.
like, he had a little thing. He was like,
His slip
you know,
up.
there's one person who taught me that I still hold to this day. There is no one person more important than the prophets.
Yeah. I'm like, that was the
I- when
most
I-
producer thing anyone has ever said.
Yeah, like obviously I you know. shout
I
out
know what he
Everything
meant.
Everywhere All at
I knew what
Once.
he
Shout out
meant.
to him and
Yeah.
yeah, but also it's kind of like, yeah, kind of like for a Hollywood producer that is kind of like a typical Hollywood type quote to come out. So
I think
kind of funny.
we need to like get rid of the producers accepting the Best Picture award thing. Let the
Yeah.
directors do it, or get them all three of them up, or all two of them up there.
Yeah.
because it's just a dumb formality.
It's like when in the NBA or NFL, whenever a team wins, they first hand the trophy
Yeah,
to
to
the championship trophy to the owner.
The owner of the
But
team.
it's like, I don't think the owner was out there playing 48 minutes, you know, running
for
and
real.
jumping and
Yeah.
showing up to practice or whatever. All he did was pay for the team, which is
Yeah.
like,
He's just
and
a
in
rich
some
dude.
cases, ruined the team. Fuck you, Joe Lacob. You're really ruining Steph Curry's prime.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
He doesn't have those animes to
Last
to
night,
keep him locked
last
in.
night's loss. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Last night's loss really fucked me up. Anyways,
Okay.
wasn't there's one more thing.
Okay. I also want to some things I didn't like about or some things I want to talk about in terms of the production
Yeah.
of the show.
Right.
I thought it was really interesting how they introduced like the musical parts of it. They both were kind of not flubbed, but they were just like, what's happening? The going straight from best animated film, people accepting the award, all of a sudden we're like this big sweeping camera and we go straight right up into the nostrils of Lady Gaga performing like a song from Top Gun. That was I was like, whoa, like that was when I first turned on the TV, that was what I saw. And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, we're really close on her. And you know, she went barefaced, you know, good for her. But I was like, damn, her lips are kind of chapped, you know. I'm like, you know, I'm like looking real close at her. So that was interesting. But then, when the I think it was best VFX got cut off, that was tough.
Ooh,
That was
I'd
like-
to thank my family.
Like done. Cut the mic. Like that was tough because usually like when people get cut off, it's like they're like, okay, and thank you for my mom, and thank you for this, and then like the music's swelling, and you know, and they're kind of getting to the end of
Yeah.
their speech. And they couldn't even get started, and they were cut off. They were cut off just so Jimmy Kimmel could ask Malala like who he thought if like Harrison Styles,
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Harry Styles spat on. Yeah, like the whole, dude. I can't even. Yeah, Malala was like,
That might have been
Malala was like, I didn't take a bullet through my eye for you to sit here and ask me some random pop culture reference. Like, get away
as
from
she should. Yeah, that was some bullshit, bro. And then he goes, Malala land.
me. Malala, yeah, he couldn't even transition to that joke at all because she was like,
No.
that's not funny. He's like, okay, Malala land, am I right? Yeah.
I'm telling you, Jimmy. D Mine decides to ties it up
with the
Tied up the
$20. Yo, it's
Yee.
literally tied up right now. Yo, that was actually crazy.
Okay.
What a lob. A lob from half
Yeah,
court
man.
with that $20. You might have just shut him out.
Would you say Malalob?
Yo,
Sorry.
we need to end
Sorry,
that
sorry.
right now.
Anyways, Oscars was great.
Oscars was great.
Or at least pretty good. Unusually good.
I was hyped.
So
I was
shout out.
hyped. By the
Yeah.
end, shout out to the Daniels too. Like, I think the one thing I took to heart the most. This is, Matthew David caught that. I call Harry Styles Harrison Styles for some reason.
Yeah.
But no, shout out to the Daniels, the directors. Daniel Kwan. He really spoke to me when he said that. When he accepted the director, best director, he said that this is not normal. Like, all those Asian families, all those Asian moms and dads at home, do not make this the standard for your kid, and that was something I thought was super interesting because in Asian culture, it's like, but if you're not familiar, like, they're super tough in terms of like their level of standard, with whatever you do. It could be, if you're gonna play soccer, like, okay, you have to be Messi, like you have to be in the World Cup.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a director, okay, look at Daniel Kwan, Asian man just won an Oscar. If you want to be a director, you have to win an Oscar. So he basically took his one moment to shine, accepting an Oscar, to negate that completely, and I thought that was super cool. And I was like, damn, like already, like, that the message that he breathed through Everything Everywhere All at Once was so legitimate because he's still, speaking the truth on the Asian parent to kid, experience, even as he's accepting his award for a movie that just deconstructed that. So I thought that was super cool. There's always one moment that really touches my heart in the Oscars, and that one really did. I think another one was Brendan Fraser's acceptance speech. Man, you can just tell, like, he just is so, like, overwhelmed. Also, when Ke Huy Quan accepted his Oscar, the, like, mom, I just won an Oscar thing, I was like,
that's so pure.
oh my
like,
god,
purest moment of all time, man.
Yeah.
And speaking of Ke Huy Quan, seeing him accept the award from Harrison Ford was beautiful.
That was legit, bro. Like, just even before, like, Harrison Ford said the Best Picture nominees, like, as he walked out, they cut to him and Key is like, look, like, we're here, like, he's so excited.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta, no, for real, like, we need to protect that dude from anything.
I know.
From the gutters of Hollywood. Like, he cannot end up there.
Oh my god, Ke Huy Quan in the Idol. No.
He's like, oh my god, no.
Please
I can't
kill
even.
me.
No.
But yeah, no. And seeing Harrison Ford again, especially with like the new Indiana Jones coming out, and it being the last. There's kind of a feeling for me is like anytime I see Harrison Ford, I need to savor it, because man, like, I didn't realize this is kind of like a off tangent and it's gonna be kind of short, but man, Harrison Ford is like, when you talk about. I was thinking about Quentin Tarantino recently and how he said that, like, the movie star, the notion of the movie star is done or whatever. And I don't really care much about that, because it's kind of just like semantics at some point. But man, Harrison Ford, like, his movie catalog is like,
Oh yeah.
some of the greatest we've ever seen. Super iconic, and to see him, be able to hand off the award to someone who, Ke Huy Quan, he said, like, I didn't know if I was, like, I thought that I was just going to be defined as short round forever.
Yeah.
And for him to accept that award is incredible.
Yeah.
So, Oh man,
Amazing
shout out
moment.
to I know for just a sliver of a second, Harrison Ford truly smiled for even a
Yeah.
moment. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good for him,
that was
good for
awesome.
us. Um, yeah, no, so really great moment. Trying to think, is there anything else we want to talk about before?
Before we wrap up.
Um, yeah, no, I think that's all I got. But let's get into what's been on our rotation.
Yeah.
What have you been listening to, man?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for your thoughts on okay, sorry, I'm reading my text. On the Oscars. Honestly, one of the best Oscars in a long time. I actually tuned in this time. I don't usually tune in, and I'm really glad I did because it was great, and there's a lot of great moments, and they definitely gave the fan service what they wanted, which they never do. So pretty
Yeah.
cool. They definitely, man, they're up there, but I feel like our thoughts awards, like, I still don't think they're on the same level. So I guess you'll have to tune in and see. But what's in my rotation right now? What is in my rotation? Let's see. Right now, I'm listening to Outcast. I've been on an Outcast binge lately,
okay.
past couple weeks, or past week really. Finally was able to just sit down and listen to the entirety of Speakerbox / The Love Below. This album is super fun, man. Like, some of the beats on here go stupid. Some of the like features are hard, and then when it transitions into the next, because it's a double album, when it transitions into the next album, there's like a whole story that goes along with it, and it makes the songs that we know, like "Hey Ya" or "I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson," or "She Lives in My Lap," like those songs that we've heard out of context for decades. Like, now that I know the whole story, I'm like, oh, this is sick. So very, very fun record. I think that might have to be a vinyl cop for sure. I'm also listening to Kali Uchis, her new album. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to that, but Red Moon and Venus.
Yeah, I have not. So yeah, how is this? How is that?
Bro, I'm like thoroughly impressed, honestly, with the instrumental, the song structures, like the features on here, her performance. Obviously, like, Kali Uchis has an amazing voice, but I love that she went down this route. It's very funk inspired. Definitely some disco funk in there. Definitely some Silk Sonic influence in there. So, bro, it's silky, it's smooth. It's her love album. Like, honestly, if you just imagine like the silky Kali Uchis voice over a Silk Sonic instrumental, like, it just goes hand in hand, bro. Like, I really think you should check it out. Like, it's just a great listen. Kali Uchis is really good just at making albums. Like, I really enjoy all of her music. So just another great album, and the album cover is pretty fire too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Red Moon and Venus, and then lastly, I'll give you one. I'll give you one deep cut. Okay, for my deep cut, I don't know if you've heard of this artist, but his name is Burhana. And I listened to.
Oh, I love Rihanna.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't even know if you
What
listened
you
to
got
them.
for us? What you got?
The 2019 album Han. The whole thing super cool.
Yes.
There's a little bit
That
of
one
funk.
with, Janet on there. Is that the one?
I only see Crush
Or,
as the only
Golden?
feature. Yeah.
Okay.
Golden. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Oh my
It's like a
God.
mix of
Yes.
funk. It's a mix of like pop rock. It's very experimental in some cases. It's very traditional in some ways. Super great mix of a bunch of different genres. I just found them, and I'm a big fan. So that's really cool. I mean, you're already on them, so you've been on the Burhana bandwagon for a minute.
Love it, man. Yeah, great,
Yeah.
great. He got some great records.
Yeah.
Wildin',
Mhm.
Janet, like I mentioned
Yeah,
before.
Golden
Super
is great.
stuff. Yeah, no. Cool, man.
There you
Yeah,
go.
thank you for that. There you go. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of music. I'm super excited. I was actually over the last couple of weeks. I've been looking forward to what's in our rotation this week. So, starting off, I want to start off by saying rest in peace and all love to the family of the great white shark of soul, Bobby Caldwell. My God. Obviously the maker of What You Won't Do for Love. But also my personal favorite song, My Flame, which I really love. So Bobby Caldwell, go check him out. And then continuing off that, there was this album. Or let me give you the most recent album that just came out. Masego recently dropped a new album,
Oh, okay.
and it is so good, man. It
Oh
is so
yeah,
good. It's
I
like
like Masego.
R&B, jazz, city pop fusion.
Ooh,
There's some really great interpolations. Like this man on the first record, samples a party line dancing song that I know you know, the Cha Cha Slide.
no way.
Uh, right foot, let's go. Oh my God, it's so well done. It's so sexy. It's so sleek. It's so
Wow,
pretty.
and it's his
Um,
self-titled album. Shit,
Self-titled
you
album,
know he
yeah.
went
So no,
hard.
go. And then I mean, you just see the stuff like there's some saxophone stuff
Mm,
on there, and you know that I love that. So, no, definitely would recommend. Let me pull it up here. Masego.
nice.
There you go. There you go. And then another album. Oh my God, this album that I just found. It might contain maybe like my favorite song of all time. Uh, it's a how do I describe it? It is a 80s Japanese synth 80s synth R&B jazz fusion type thing.
Okay, for sure.
And it's uh it's this here, how do I describe? Okay, it's called Awakening. I'm just
Okay, for
show
sure.
you describing it by Hiroshi Sato featuring Wendy Matthews. And man, let me tell you, like, if you are ever commuting, if you're on like a bus or if you're ever on a train, this is the type of stuff you want to listen to, man. Like,
Mm,
it's so moving, cinematic, but also it's just such a I hate having to say this, but it's a vibe. It's like very
yeah,
well done. It's so there's a song called Blue and Moody Music, and it delivers in every sense of the word
yeah.
without being like try hard. I don't know, like it's just so well done. The duet, some of the vocal
Mm.
performances are great. It's like there's one artist that the female reminded me of. Oh, some of her vocals sound like Jackson 5 era Michael Jackson in
Oh
terms of like the
wow.
velvetyness of her voice
Yeah,
stuff. So no, Awakening would absolutely be my big recommendation if you're into that kind of music.
sick.
And one more, I'm gonna give you one more. Well, yeah, okay, so obviously the weekend stuff is great. There's
Mm.
a 10-year anniversary of JT's 2020 Experience, which is really such an outstanding album. But let me give y'all a oh yeah, just to recommend a record to cap us
Mm-hmm.
all off.
Yeah.
Um, if you guys want to see like songwriting, super well done songwriting, very moving, very powerful, check out Stevie Wonder. Song is in the Key of Life.
Oh
Specifically,
yeah.
I want to point to one song, If It's Magic.
Yes.
Just tells a great story. I just love what his songwriting, just because it's kind of like it speaks to me just because it's the kind of like writing that I personally like to do. Very like poetic
Mm-hmm.
and very symbolic and very, frankly like lovey-dovey. So I'm definitely gonna check out that Kali Uchis album since it is her love stuff. So
Yes.
no man,
That
that's
is one of the
mhm.
greatest albums of all time. Songs in the Key of Life by
Yes.
um yeah, I need some more Stevie. I have no Stevie Wonder records. I definitely need some to add to the
That's a
collection.
great place to start.
Yeah.
His magnum opus.
Right.
Um, Arguably. So yeah, no, there's some really cool stuff in the chat here that
Yes.
I wanted to mention. Jordan Ward, yeah. Love Jordan Ward. Bobby Caldwell, Justin Timberlake, Gorilla Z, uh, new Dalton Tolliver album. Yeah, I
Oh,
kind of
I
gave
need
it
to
a
check it out. I need to check it
listen,
out. Yeah.
but it's pretty good, man. It's
Okay.
really good. It's way better than whatever his last album was. I think Life of a Dawn.
Yeah.
Um,
I got to check it out.
oh, I also listened to Sabrina Carpenter's recent album lately and
Oh yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed it. Fairly
Okay.
pretty good. And motherfucker, speaking of the weekend, this man refuses to let us like keep us out of his grasp.
Oh my god.
Dropping a Creepin' remix tonight with Mario Williams, with Diddy, and
wow.
I really love not just Creepin', but I Don't Want to Know. So
Mhm.
you know, it's gonna be a dope collab.
He's gonna be
Can't wait
like-
for that.
Like, fuck Rolling Stones. You are the worst. Don't look.
Publication that I know.
Yeah.
If you're writing a hit piece, I don't want to know.
I don't wanna know. Rolling Stones, you don't even know. We filmed the part where she had the egg and she. Sam Levinson is actually a really good guy. You don't even know.
Wrap it up. All right.
Rolling Stones.
The Weeknd, get out the studio, man.
All right.
Just go work on the
Cut the
next
mic.
album, please.
Cut the mic. Cut
Please,
the mic.
please.
All right. Cut the cameras.
And then I'm gonna end it off with how we started this thing, plugging our Division video.
Please, okay, y'all, go watch this video and listen to what
so
he's
I
got
can
to
shut
say.
up finally. So
Yeah.
I can shut up and stop plugging it.
Yeah, go watch this video so he doesn't have to send this link anymore. All right, I'm tired of
Please.
it. Go watch it. It's really good, really well done.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up. All right, D-Mine, we're wrapping it up. Go watch after this. Go watch that. But
And the score is tied right now. I'm gonna just slip that in there real quick.
while we're here,
as
it's
we're
still tied up. You know, we can leave it here.
Yeah.
We can wait till next week to have the
Great round.
Yeah, this is a good round. You know, I think this is a good place. This is a nice cliffhanger to leave it off. If there's a haymaker waiting for the last second, you got 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds before we wrap out.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
So Our Thoughts Awards noms coming very, very, very soon.
This weekend, Our Thoughts Awards nominees will be released.
Awards
and
happening very soon as well, next week.
next week, Our Thoughts Awards. You definitely don't want to miss it. And yeah, appreciate y'all for hanging out. Thank you for having 20 people still here after 3 hours on stream. Really appreciate.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Oh!
it's over, ladies
It's
and
over.
gentlemen.
No, that's a knockout. That's a knockout. Oh my god. Oh my god.
damn.
Hold on. We need to recoup. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Good night.
That's a
Good
knockout.
night.
That's a knockout. Whew. Oh. Ooh,
Alright,
that's a
y'all.
knockout. Oh my god. Hold on. Sorry.
Oh,
Where'd you go?
Boy, that's not
Yeah. Oh my god. Whoo. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. You broke the stream.
I know. And if I don't see you, good morning, good evening, and good night.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen. J. Dot killed it. All right. On that note, yo.
Woo. Oh my god, y'all. Hold on.
Stream.
All I gotta say, yo, J. Dot.
Hey.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on.
They didn't believe in us. God did.
Thank you. J. Dot did.
Grande
They
did.
didn't believe in us.
Grande did.
God did.
Thank you. Yo,
Oh, man.
on that note, what a way to end it.
On that note, on a haymaker, ladies
On a
and gentlemen.
haymaker. A knockout
Very
punch.
good night. A knockout punch, dare I say. Oh, I don't even know how to end this thing off. That just-
D-Mine wants a rematch. All right, bro. Okay, we'll do a rematch next week. Hey,
Our Thoughts Awards there's never a good time as much as the Our Thoughts Awards. So
that is the main event, y'all. Our Thoughts Awards will be the main event between.
we'll have a donor of the week for
Okay, we'll have
the-
a donor of the night. All right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you know what? Maybe you'll get a little special something. All right, the donor of the night. Actually, you will get a special something. I think you would deserve after being the donor of the night. But you know, D-Mine, if you want that rematch, and we're talking to you too, J. Dot. Our Thoughts Awards. That's where it's going down. Anyways, have a great week, y'all. Thanks for sticking with us. Appreciate you guys being patient with us for, a lack of streams the last couple weeks. Obviously, life's been we've been going through life. But as we always say, thanks for sticking with us. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all the good things. Go watch the Division video that Cesco just did. Thank you to our donors, J. Dot and D-Mine for the night. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Only beats.